Hey guys, welcome back to the channel Scott's Reviews. Today we're talking about probably the most anticipated, waited upon small camera that, well, not the most, but one of the ones that have been talked about a lot, the DJI Pocket 3. Got some good stuff, maybe. Cross our fingers. Alright guys, if you're new here, Scott's Reviews, like, subscribe down below, all that fun stuff. But today we're talking about a couple things. We're talking about this camera that's coming out, the rumors that are projected for the Pocket 3, and we're going to discuss a little bit my thoughts about where we are with the compact small camera line. With the new iPhone that's out there, the 15, and all these phones are getting a lot better at what they do. Is there a need for the Pocket camera anymore? The Pocket camera meaning like the RX 100 series, the ZV-1, ZV-2, ZV-1F, those small pocket-sized cameras. To me, I think they're done. I think they've had their life and they just died recently. So let's discuss some of the things that are rumored about the Pocket 3. Number one, the biggest rumor is, or the biggest great thing for me, is the 1-inch CMOS sensor. Now, I checked DJI's website and looked around in the past, and I haven't really seen that sensor been used before. The 1/1/3 has been used a lot recently with the minis and the Airs. Of course, the Mavic has the bigger Micro Four Thirds CMOS sensor with the 1/1/3 sensor also in that camera. That 2-inch screen that's rotatable. Rotatable. You can rotate for vertical shooting or horizontal. Of course, the 3-axis gimbal. Active Track 6.0, which is also the same one on the Osmo Mobile 6. That's that gimbal that you can extend out and then connect to your phone. Has the Active Track 6, which is kind of like helps with subject recognition, make sure your subject stays in frame or on track, and also it does a better job of keeping the person or object in track the entire time. Full pixel fast focusing, which sounds to me like it has good autofocus, which is needed with a 1-inch sensor. So if you got a 1-inch sensor with a 1.8 aperture, you really need to have a good fast focusing auto system. Otherwise, you'll get the blurred background not at the right spot. So it's going to have a stereo recording to get better sound. And I did read a rumor that also it's going to come with an option like on the Pocket 2 to have a wireless microphone you can buy that will work directly with the Pocket 3. So same as the Pocket 2, it would have the wireless mic if you want to purchase that. So for photography, for the camera itself, it's going to advertise 64 megabyte pixel photos. When you pair with that 1-inch sensor, I think they're going to be pretty decent photos you can capture out of this camera. So the D-Log is going to be 10-bit. I'm not sure if it's going to be 422 10-bit or 420. I would probably lean toward 420, but maybe they'll surprise us with 10-bit 422. I would say it's probably going to be the same type of setup that's in the Action 4 right now. So we got 4K 120 slow motion. That could be without sound. I'm not sure yet if it's going to include audio with that, or it's going to be a feature. Basically, you select slow-mo and you can select 4x times slow-mo at 4K. I think that's going to be the option. 4K 160 is going to be included. That way you can do regular style video, audio, all that kind of stuff at 4K 160. So there's some things that we don't know yet. What they're projecting so far sounds very enticing and something that I think that I myself is going to pick up to use, because we've been begging for a 1-inch sensor on a camera like that for a long time. One of the main problems with the small compact cameras was stabilization. Now, Sony has tried its best to give us active steady track and different stuff like that, but it's not that great when you walk around and pan left and right, that kind of stuff. You want to kind of like go back and restabilize the footage in post to make it somewhat good. You can use Catalyst Browse with Sony, but to have something on a gimbal, especially at night for low light, that's where the Pocket 2 back then really shined in low light, because it didn't have to rely on electronic stabilization coming from the camera. And we all know what that looks like at low light when you try to slow down the shutter speed but have good stabilization. Those two don't match very well. So with the gimbal, of course, it's all going to be mechanical stabilization, so the camera can do its best to get low light footage. So where does that put us when it comes to compact cameras? I was thinking even before the Pocket 3 rumors came out that the compact camera world was kind of on its last leg. Now, if you've seen from my previous videos, I have reviewed the ZV-1F, the ZV-1. I have not reviewed the ZV Mark II. I didn't buy that one. I had the RX 100 series back in the day. I love the cameras. I always knew that the phone was going to catch up, and I think we're there. I think that with the iPhone 15 and its log footage and its stabilization, that it's not really worth buying a very expensive high-end compact camera today when you have a great camera in your pocket. Now, if you have the iPhone 14, 15, that kind of thing, or the Pixel at 8, I don't use Android, but those cameras are out now also. So when I go on trips now, I don't think I would ever bring a compact camera like that with me. I would just take my phone to have that quick shot, candid shot that I wasn't sure I was going to need to grab at the time. Of course, if I'm going to do something on purpose and film something, I would take my bigger cameras. I have the ZV-1 right here that I'm using, and I have the A7 IV, which I use mostly for like sports photography out in the field. To have the Pocket 3 in your small bag, that could almost eliminate me on a trip taking the ZV-E1, I would think. With a 1-inch sensor like that, getting good low light footage, stabilized, walking around a theme park, walking around the mountains, doing a hike. I mean, yeah, it really would limit what I need to bring on a trip. I could bring my phone, Pocket 3, and let's say an action camera like the Action 4 or the GoPro Hero 12. And I have all bases covered. I have the water part, I have the everyday walking around stuff, and I have photos, candid photos with the iPhone 15. And that's that. I mean, I think we're there. Do you think the compact camera world is pretty much not needed right now? So you can kind of push that off to the side and say, you know what, it's had a good run, but I think we're over. I'm excited about the Pocket 3. Comes out on the 25th of October. So stay tuned for that. And thanks for watching. If you know more about the Pocket 3, leave it in the comments below. But I know a lot of YouTubers out there were really waiting for this Pocket 3 to come out. And I think it's almost here. So let's get buckled up. All right, see you.